Hello students, today I am going to discuss about binary operations. This is the last part of the chapter relational function. So here in exam point of view, one question usually comes for board exam from this topic. So it is very important and it is a very easy topic. So what is binary operations? Usually we use the notation here star, binary operation denoted by star. And star will be specified, what is the star stands for, it will be specified clearly in the question. But when you usually we say binary operation, we use the letter, the notation we use star. Now how we can define first of all binary operation? Binary operations definition, that is we can say definition, a binary operation star on a non-empty set A. It is a binary operation defined on a set A must be non-empty. Okay, is a function, binary operation is a function that is star from A cross A to A. That is first of all you go for the Cartesian product of the given set. So you will get elements in ordered pair, add it towards the set A, the same set. That is only we can say the definition. That is, it is a function, it's a function from A cross A to A. Means when you apply the operation on the elements of A cross A, the answer also must belongs to A. Okay, then only it is we can say it's a binary operation. Now if we come to some results regarding binary operation, some results. So in natural number, in the case of natural number, we know natural number is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. In natural number, addition and multiplication. Addition and multiplication is a binary operation, because if you take from natural number, this is, in that case it will be from n cross n to n. If you go for addition of two natural number, any two natural number addition, if you do add, the result also will be a natural number. Okay, so addition is a binary operation. Now if you go for the multiplication, if you multiply two natural numbers, any two natural number like 5 and 4, 5 into 4, 20, 20 is also a natural number. So that means multiplication is also a binary operation. That is star. This star, if it is multiplication, then also it is binary operation. But when it comes to difference, that is subtraction. If you take two natural number and take let it be 8 and 10, 8 minus 10, subtraction. 8 minus 10 is minus 2. It is not a natural number. It is not a natural number. So that means subtraction is not a binary operation. The same way if you see division in natural number, if you take two natural number, I am taking 2 and 3, division means 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is not a natural number. 2 by 3 is not a natural number. So naturally division is also not a binary operation. That means you want natural number, addition and multiplication is a binary operation, but subtraction and division is not a binary operation. Now another case, when it comes to real numbers, when it comes to real number, so here r cross r to r will come. If you think about the plus, if you go for sum of two real number is always a real number. That means addition is binary operation. Now if you go for product of two real number is also always a real number. So it is what is called multiplication is a binary operation. Now difference, if you take a difference of two real numbers, difference of two real number, any two real number you take, difference of two real number is always a real number. So that means a difference, that is also when difference is the operation, that time also it is binary operation. But when it comes to division, in the case of real number, when you come to division, for example, I am taking two number like 3, two real number 3 and 0. Division 3 by 0. 3 by 0 we know it is not defined. 3 by 0 it is not a real number. 3 by 0 is not defined. So therefore what we can say that division is not a binary operation on real number. That means on real number plus into minus. These three are binary operation, but division is not a binary operation. So operation when you apply, the result also must belongs to the same set. Then only it is a binary operation. So these results, two results about natural number and real number. Now we are discussing about types of operations. types of operations. In types of operations, we will come across the first one. What is commutative property? Commutative property, you know commutative property. In multiplication and commutative property, we know 5 into 8 is equal to 8 into 5. The same way when it comes to here, the first one is commutative property. Suppose I am taking elements from A, I am taking that A comma B belongs to A. The set, whatever is the set, A comma B, two elements I am taking commutative property, I need two elements at this. Then what is commutative property? A star B is equal to B star A. A star B is equal to B star A for all A comma B belongs to A. For all A comma B belongs to A. If this result satisfies, means it is commutative property. This is the commutative property of what is called binary operation. A star B is equal to B star A. That is commutative property. That is number one. Next one is associative property. Associative property means the three elements A, B, C. In that case, it will be like this: A star B star C. A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. The bracket can be placed. See here, bracket here. This for all A, B, C belongs to, for all A, B, C belongs to A. So this is associative property. Associative property of binary operation. A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. Associative property. Next, about the identity element. What is identity element? What is identity element? Let E, usually we use the letter E. E belongs to the set A. Is the identity. Let E belongs to A is the identity. Then, if I take any element from here, that is A star E, you can say that A star is equal to E star A. For all A belongs to A. If you take any element from A, there will be an element E belongs to A such that A star E is equal to A is equal to E star A. Then we can say that identity element exists. Means if I multiply with identity, we know in normal number system or multiplication case, 1 is the multiplicative identity. For example, 5 into 1 is equal to 5. Is equal to 1 into 5. The same way here also, identity element I have taken, identity is the notation E. So A star E is equal to A is equal to E star E. So this is the case for identity. So here E is the identity for all A belongs to A, and this E also must belongs to A. So this is identity. That is the third point. Third one. Now the fourth one is about inverse. Inverse. Inverse is almost similar type of inverse. You can say there will be an element, let it be, I am writing, let it be an element D belongs to A such that D belongs to A, and the corresponding, let it be in this case, identity element is E. E is the identity element. E is the identity element, and D I taken as element, and A is also another element. Let it be A is also belongs to A. E is the identity element. Remember that E is the identity element. Then corresponding to A, there will be an element D such that A star D is equal to E is equal to D star A. For all A belongs to A. Means whatever be the element from A, there will be an element D in A such that their operation, when you do the operation, we should get identity element. We should get identity element. Then this D is known as, D is the inverse of A. D is the inverse of A. Okay, so this is the operation. So for whatever be the element from A, then there must be an element in A such that A star D is equal to identity element is equal to D star A. For all A belongs to A. This is the case of inverse. So D is the inverse of A. We know in number case also 3. Its inverse is 1 by 3. 3 into 1 by 3 is the 1. 3 into 1 by 3 we know it is 1. That is multiplicative identity. So here the identity element is E I said. So that is why A star D is equal to E is equal to D star. So inverse. So here identity element should be identity element and inverse commutative property and associative property. Now this about this identity element. Identity element must be always, identity element is unique, it must be unique. There will be only single identity element. Identity element, and the inverse also is unique. That is another thing, inverse also must be unique. Identity must be unique, inverse must be unique. If it exists, it must be unique. It cannot be more than one identity element with respect to one operation. Okay, and in the same way for inverse also, only inverse must be only one. Okay, so now one more result that you come across in the previous exercise. So how many binary operations? Suppose the set A is having, let it be n of n, element A is having n elements. The number of elements in A is n. Then the number of binary operations on A, number of binary operations on A is n to the power n square. This is the number of binary operations. Number of binary, if n of A is having n element, the number of binary operations is n to the power n square. Actually, this you studied in the cross product part. So this result also you need in this exercise. Now we can do the sums based on this. So it's a very simple exercise. Okay, we'll do few questions, then you will be able to do all of the sums. If you come across the exercise is really lengthy, but there are so many short answer type questions, one word answer type questions, so that you can do by yourself. And I will do it. All other type of sums I will do it. So this is now we will do exercise number 1.6 is the last exercise of this chapter. Last exercise. So first of all we will do question number 3. So here the binary operation star is on Q, it is given. Star is a binary operation on Q. Q means we know rational number. Star is on Q means its meaning is Q cross Q to Q. This is the meaning. Star is a binary operation on the set Q means its meaning is this. Defined like this. It is defined like this. A star B is equal to 2A minus B whole square. Then from this is given. We have to find out first part we have to find out 3 star 5, and second part we have to find out 5 star 3, and then they are asking once again, is it 3 star 5 is equal to 5 star 3? This is the question. So binary operation defined on rational number, that is from Q cross to Q. It is defined like this. A star B. This is the thing. It is defined like this. A star B's meaning is this. Then we have to find out first of all 3 star 5. It is just substitution. Instead of A it is 3. Instead of B it is 5. So first of all when you come to the first part, 3 star 5 means here you will put 3. So that means here I will put 2 into 3 minus 5 whole square. So it is 6 minus 5. 1 square it is 1. So 3 star 5 is 1. And second part, that is the first part. Now the second part we have to find out 5 star 3. 5 star 3 again substitute 5 star 3 in place of A is 5. That is 2 into 5 minus 3 whole square. 10 minus 3, 7, 7 square is 49. So simple, 3 star 5 and 5 star 3, just substitution. This is second part. Now they are asking whether these two are equal. If you observe these two, say 3 star 5 is 1, 5 star 3 is 49, so they are not equal. This implies 3 star 5 is not equal to 5 star 3. This is the question. This can be asked like a 2 marks questions for board exam. So it's very simple question. This is one type of sums. Okay. Now we will do another sum, question number 5. Question number 5. Here also star is a binary operation on Q defined. So almost similar type of questions. I told you the entire axis of same type of questions. Star is defined on Q. Its meaning is Q cross Q to Q. Defined like this: A star B is equal to AB by 4. It is defined like this. Then we have to prove that, show that star is commutative and associative. That is the first part. We have to prove first of all star is commutative and associative. So first of all I am going for commutative property. First part. Commutative property means we know A star B must be equal to B star A. So let's see. First of all A star B. This A and B belongs to Q. Okay. From that A star B. A star B is given clearly AB by 4. This is A star B. So this, if you want, you can say AB by 4 is same as BA by 4. If you want, you can write BA by 4. And BA by 4, if you go for this rule, BA by 4, if you go for this rule, this can be written as B star A. B star A. That means I am getting A star B is equal to B star A. This is one way of doing it. A star B is equal to B star A, so it is commutative. Or we can do like this: A star B we are written here, then we will write B star A. So B star A, if you write BA by 4, then we can say both are equal. That we also can do. Anyway, A star B is equal to B star A, so it is commutative. Now the next part, we have to go for associative. Associative means we need A, B, C. So first of all I am going for A star B star C. Bracket I am putting here, A star B star C. We know A star B, this is AB by 4. A star B means AB by 4 star C. I applied first of all the rule here. A star B is AB by 4, then star C. Now here again, if you see two elements, it is just like if I replace this, let it be x star C. X star C will be what? If you use this rule, x star C is equal to xc by 4. Xc by 4. So here it is what? X is what? This is, so I can say AB by 4 into C by 4. I applied this rule. Here the first element is this, so this into this divided by 4. Alright, now this if you simplify, it becomes ABC by 16. So I got A star B star C is ABC by 16. I have to prove for associative, then I have to go for the next one. Next one I see what is A star B star C and C. Bracket I place it on the side. First of all I will do this operation. A star B star C is BC by 4. Applied the rule. Again I will apply the rule. Just similarly, if I apply the rule, it is coming ABC by 4 by 4. So it will become ABC by 16. Now you see both ABC by 16, here also ABC by 16. That means A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. So it is associative. So first part it was show that it is commutative and associative, both the parts over. So just normal simplification. So very simple. The procedure is very simple. So both proved first of all associative, commutative and associative part is over. Now we have to prove that we have another part is it has 4 as identity element. Means we have to find out the identity element. When you find out the identity element, we will get it as 4. That is the next part, identity element. So we know the identity's definition. Let it be E is the identity element. Let E is the identity. And then E is the identity. Then by definition we know A star E is equal to A is equal to E star F. This if you apply here, A star E, from here A star E, if you use this AE by 4, AE by 4, I am simplifying it. I am simplifying here. A star E is equal to AE by 4. is equal to, that is equal to identity's definition is equal to A. We know by identity's definition A star is equal to A is. So this implies AE by 4 is equal to A. A cancel. This implies E is equal to 4. That means I am getting the identity element is 4. Identity element is 4. The identity element E is 4. So I went for A star E. A star E by definition is AE by 4, and that is equal to A we know. So and I cancelled A cancelled, E is equal to 4. So identity element I put. So E is the identity, that was the next part, that is 4. It has 4 as the identity, that is over. Now one more part is there. If A not equal to 0 from Q, means I am taking a non-zero rational number, I am taking a non-zero rational number, and then we have to find out its inverse. We have to find out its inverse. Okay? So I am assuming let the inverse is D. Let the inverse be D and D. Then by definition of inverse, I can say A star D is equal to the identity. A star D is equal to the identity. What is identity? We know it is 4. Is equal to D star. This already we know identity with respect to this question is 4. That means A star D is the inverse. D is the inverse. Then A star D is equal to 4 is equal to D star. I have to find out this D only. Now what is A star D by definition? A star D by definition AD by 4 is equal to 4. That means from here D, I need D only. D is equal to 16 by A. That means inverse of A is D, and that D is 16 by A. Inverse of A is D, and that D is 16 by A. So the inverse, what is the inverse is? So the inverse is 16 by A. The inverse is 16 by A. So that is the question related with the identity and inverse. So you can see that I am doing the sums, whatever the notes I provided, or such type of sums I selected, I am doing it. All other sums, the same things will be coming it. All those sums you can do it. So go through the solution nicely once again, how to deal with identities case and inverse case. And the commutative and associative also I have done in this question itself. So this is a good question. It's dealing with almost all type of methods. Okay. This is question number 5. Now we will do one more question. Question number 7. Remaining sums all one word type of answers, short answer type questions. All other questions you can do it. Only I will do now question number 7. That is slightly different sum. Okay. This is regarding how to make a table. That table has a particular name. It is known as composition table. So how to make a composition table? So that such type of question only. Question number 7. The set let A is given. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. And question is set the composition table for the supremum operation. Okay, the operation is given supremum. Supremum operation, the symbol this is on here. We have to make a composition table. The operation is supremum. We have to make it composition table. So how to make the composition table here? 1, 2, 3, 4. The elements 1, 2, 3, 4. So according to that you have to make the columns. Just filling up the table. There is only 1, 2, 3, 4. One more column I need for the operation. First of all, you have to make the table according to the elements. See 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 1, 2, 3, 4 I kept. This one I left it. That is for the operation, supremum operation. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have to fill up the table. This table is known as composition table. You have to fill up the table with the support of the operation. Supremum means maximum. Maximum value. Among the two values, what is the maximum? We have to write it. See, for example, first of all, this column is coming under this and this. So here you see what is the supremum of, that is what is the maximum of 1 and 1. Maximum value of 1 and 1 is, that is 1. Now maximum of this one if you see it, it comes in this column, this row and this column. So it is 1, 2's maximum is 2. Now 1, 3's maximum is 3. 1, 4's maximum, 1 and 4 maximum is 4. Now when it comes to this one, 2, 1, maximum 2. 2, 2 it is 2. 2, 3, 2 and 3's maximum is 3. 2, 4, it is 4. Now with the 3. 3, 1 is 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, maximum is 4. Now with 4, 4, 1, maximum is 4, 4, 2, maximum is 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. This way we can fill up the table. This is known as composition table. Okay, for the operation supremum. Now there is one case of infimum also is there. Infimum is, in infimum case it will be like this symbol. In that case you have to go for the minimum value. Minimum value. So supremum and minimum, infimum, these two cases you have to know it. Okay, there are questions based on that. Okay, so now remaining sums, all these exercise all are short answer type of questions, one word type of answers that you can easily handle it. So we will stop here. So the chapter relation function is